My name is Professor Cale Keegan, and this is the course tour video for our class INT 201 Diversity in the United States. This is a short video that will help introduce you to the context and framework of the course, and then also show you how we're going to be using Blackboard to engage with the course material and each other. So just a few details in this class. That are relevant to the first couple of days, and then we'll be using Blackboard for the rest of the semester. So, a quick introduction to myself. My name is Dr. Cale Keegan. I am an associate professor of women, gender, and sexuality studies and integrative studies here at GVSU. I have a PhD in American Studies from the University at Buffalo, and it is my 7th year at Grand Valley this fall. A little bit of detail about me is that I love PlayStation. I am a PlayStation gamer. And I also really love cats. I'm more of a cat than a dog person. Um, but I thought just a few details to get to know me better, and I'm going to ask you for some information about yourself as well before we get started with class. A bit about the course itself. We're going to be meeting synchronously online, which means we're going to have actual class meetings together. We're also, we're going to be meeting synchronously on Wednesdays at 1:30 to 2:45. And then there will be asynchronous coursework to be completed by you on your own schedule sometime over the course of Thursday, Friday. I've laid this out for you in the course schedule, which I will show you in a second. But just know that there will be work to be completed on your own schedule between Wednesdays, and with the bulk of that work falling kind of Thursday through Sunday. In order, almost all assignments are going to be due on Sunday evenings in this class. But we can go over that more when we meet together for the first time. So that makes our first class meeting Wednesday, the 2nd of September at 1:30 p.m. Before that happens, you'll be getting an email from me with a Zoom link to join this class, and also instructions on how to prepare for the first day. So there will be a few things I ask you to take a look at and fill out before we meet for the first time. You will be getting an email from me in the next 2 days about how to do all that stuff so that we can have a successful first day. Lastly, I do offer open time when you can contact me or Zoom with me or chat by phone. Wednesdays 9 to noon is what I have blocked off right now for that. If that does not work for you, you can also always make an appointment with me to talk about anything that you might wish. Course objectives for this class. A lot of you are probably aware that this is a course on diversity and sort of U.S. culture and history. So a quick overview of what we're going to be doing. We're going to be looking at how identities are socially framed within and external to different groups through writing and speaking. We're going to be looking at history and how U.S. history reflects diverse experiences through comparative approaches. We're going to be thinking a bit about our own identity and background and how that fits into that history. We're going to be talking about identity through different mediums and disciplines. So you'll notice when we get started with class, there's a lot of different types of content in this class. There are podcasts, there are movies, there's reading, there's media, right? So we're going to be looking at all different kinds of disciplines and mediums to explore these issues. And we are going to be applying through writing and some creative work and discussion, exploring the meaning of a lot of the information that we're going to be learning. Lastly, you do have one text that is required for the class. It is Rereading America, 11th edition, published in 2018. I believe this is still at the bookstore. There are also a couple of copies at the GVSU library. Make sure that you're getting the white cover edition that says 11th edition at the top there on the cover page, because the older editions won't have all the stuff you need. And you will need this for class by the 5th, so the first Friday. That module you'll be doing will ask you to refer to this book. So if you don't have it yet, I would move quickly to acquire this, either online or via this bookstore. Keep in mind that the mail is very slow due to the coronavirus pandemic, so faster is better. Getting out in front of this and having it for yourself in a week would be ideal. So that's all my slides. I'm now going to walk you over to Blackboard. So for those of you who haven't used Blackboard much, I'm going to begin on the gbsu.edu website. And I'm going to click this little BB, which is our direct link to Blackboard. If you click in here, you'll get a page prompting you to sign in, and then you will see all your courses. So these are all the courses I'm teaching this semester, and our course is INT 201-01. So I'm going to click in here, and I'm going to show you a bit of what I've built in here for you to take a look at. So announcements immediately comes up. This is where all my emails to you and things I'm posting will also appear. So it's always good to check announcements just to see what's going on. When I post Zoom links to class, they will be in this area. I have a start here area that I'd like you all to click into before the beginning of class next week. And I would like you to fill out this intake form that will help me get a sense of who you are and what kinds of access and resources you have at home or wherever you're living right now. So please do fill out this form so I can gather some information about the class. There are instructions about adding Zoom and adding Slack, and please note that anytime there's an underline here, this is a link. So if you click this, it will take you to the GVSU Zoom page where you can then utilize these links for getting Zoom set up on whatever device you're using. The same with Slack. I will send additional information about Slack and how we're going to be using it in class via email. But you can, if you've never used it before, you can take a look at directions for adding Slack to whatever device you're going to be using, ideally a smartphone. Over in the menu here, we have, again, announcements where major things are going to be posted that you should be following. Everything I post here will also get automatically emailed to you. And then something I'll have you do before we start class is to review the course syllabus. This is kind of our guiding document. There's a lot of information in this document, so I would ask you to review it carefully. You'll notice that it has all the details about our class. It lists required texts, objectives, materials, office hours, and then policies. And it's very important to review these policies before class because they apply to our classroom space and our behaviors in that space. I also will be going over this the first day, but we have our assignments that we're going to be doing together described here, some more policies and descriptions related to assignments, and then you'll notice here at the very bottom is our course schedule, which you'll notice we'll be moving through week by week as we look through the material that we're going to be working on together. Now, what I've done is, because it's kind of a pain to scroll all the way to the bottom of this document, I've also loaded the course schedule into this window here. So you can just click right into this tab here, and this course schedule will be right there for you to follow along with. So you'll notice week 1, this is our first day, right? Wednesday the 2nd. You should have, by that time, read this document. We aren't here to learn what we already know. Now, where do you find that? You simply click into Weekly Modules and Materials, and you'll see there is a folder for week 1 right at the top. You're going to click into week 1, and then you're going to click into Wednesday, September 2nd, right, which is the meeting time and day. And there's your document. So all of the readings, except for the ones in Rereading America, the main text, are listed in this fashion, and you'll be able to simply open them up and take a look, right? So this is the material for our first day. I'm going to expect you to have reviewed and read this document carefully by the time we get together along with the syllabus. You'll notice that there's a folder for every single week in the course, right? And it's organized by theme, and it matches the schedule on the syllabus. So you should always be able to find where we are by looking at the syllabus and then looking here. Okay, so this is where all your materials are going to be hosted in these folders according to date. We will talk about reading journals and how you're going to be interacting with that assignment on the first day. You can email me by clicking email and then all instructor users. You can see this goes directly to me if you want to email me directly from Blackboard. And then tools, I'll be sending you directions if we use any of these tools. So don't worry too much about that. Help is for if you're having trouble using any Blackboard functions. There are some pretty good resources in here if you search for the issue you're having. Okay, so the next thing you should do is expect an email from me, and that is our course tour, and I will see you on our first day of class. Be well.